So I have a bit of a dilemma. Earlier this week we got a beautiful example of a 64 Reissue 335 coming to the shop. So I picked up the case, brought it back here to the studio and plugged it in. And I think it's one of the best 335s I've ever plugged in. But the catch is it's actually cheaper than my current 335. So in today's video we're going to be shooting out them two guitars, and hopefully this will show you that more expensive doesn't always mean better. So without further ado, let's get straight into this Squealing Pig Guitars video. Hello guitarists, welcome back to Squealing Pig Guitars, the home of luxury drum machines here in Nottingham, England. My name is Ben Keightley and today we have quite the shootout for you. In the red corner we have the black ES335, which is my personal 335. It's Murphy Lab light aged and has some lovely unpotted pickups in it. And in the blue corner we have the new arrival for the shop, the Gibson ES335 64 Reissue made in Memphis. This looks just like Eric Clapton's guitar and it's a classic 60s design. So in today's video we're going to be doing a full comparison between these two guitars. But before we get into that shootout, make sure to hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel and comment your thoughts down below. But that's all that needs to be said, let's get straight into guitar number one. So guys, this is the first guitar that we're going to show you in today's episode, and it's the one that I was playing slide on in the intro to today's video. I was playing kind of my own interpretation of Crossroads by Eric Clapton, or Cream, having a bit of fun with the slide on this one. So currently I have it in open G tuning, but we'll tune it to standard when we do the comparison. Well, of course, this is a 59 reissue of a Gibson 335, so it's pretty much the most kind of standard one out there with the dot inlays. You've got that thicker kind of Goldilocks profile, it's quite a rounded shape. And of course we have this beautiful ebony Murphy Lab light aged finish, which looks stunning, and all the kind of binding has patinaed over to this beautiful yellow. In my opinion, the relic job on this is sublime, and I love the way this guitar looks. We have slightly different pickups in this one in comparison to the 64, which we'll get into in a minute. These are the Custom Bucker Alnico 3 pickups, they're unpotted. You also have the longer guard on these 335s, and other than that it's pretty much the same, just a thicker neck carve, simpler inlays, and a different colour. And it's just a stunning instrument. The checking on this one is very nice indeed. But before we go over the 64 335 specs, let's hear a little bit of slide on this bad boy. The second guitar we're looking at today is the new 64 reissue Gibson Memphis Bill 335, and this is new to us, but it's a second-hand guitar. I believe these were made in about the mid-2010s period. It does have a little bit of that USA feel to it, like the binding is quite plasticky, even though obviously it is a custom shop recreation, but it's a 64 as well, so you find that the kind of tips of the 335 shape are a little bit more sharp. It's less Mickey Mouse and more sharper, We also have the addition of the nylon saddled bridge, which was an innovation in 1964. You see this on the SG as well. It's basically just nylon saddles on an unwired ABR1 bridge drilled directly into the top, and we have 57 classic pickups in this one instead of the custom Alnico 3s. We also have the small block inlays, which I absolutely adore. I think they look so classy on this example and really take it to a new level, you know. But other than that, we basically have the same guitar. We have the same stop tailpiece. Of course, the construction is the same. We have a center block of maple, and then the sides, the back, and the top are laminated maple, poplar, maple. We then have a mahogany neck with a slightly slimmer profile and a rosewood fingerboard with the fret nibs. Pretty much the same headstock with the Gibson Deluxe tuners. You can see it's got a little bit of ambered lacquer over it, which looks really nice if it focuses. And the other thing that I forgot to mention is that we have the reflector style knobs. Again, you see these on the SGs of the period. Obviously, this 64 is the most advanced kind of version of the 335 we see on the custom shop catalogue. Of course, it's definitely the most ornate one without going into 355 territory. But in terms of 335, you've got really nice kind of block inlays. You always get really nice wood on these ones. The grain is beautiful in this cherry finish. It really reminds me of my first guitar, which was an Epiphone Dot, which has a very similar vibe to this guitar. Obviously, this one's a lot better, but it just kind of feels at home when you're playing a red semi-hollow guitar. But yeah, that's all the specs of this 64 reissue. If you'd like to read in more detail about these two guitars, I'll leave links to our website down below. But now it's time for the tone comparison. So we're going to be doing A-B comparisons between these two guitars. We'll be using the exact same tonal settings using the 2-Rock Bloomfield drive. So let's start off with the Ebony 335. gain channel. So guys, that's the end of this tone comparison, so let's go to the outro of this video where I give you my full review and rating of both of these guitars. So guys, that's the end of the video. I really hope you've enjoyed watching this Squealing Pig Guitars video. If you have, make sure to leave a thumbs up down below, comment your thoughts down below as well, and make sure to hit subscribe if you're new. YouTube tells us that 70% of you guys aren't subscribed to the channel, so make sure to hit subscribe to be notified when we make a new video. So surprisingly in today's episode, the cheaper guitar has won. I prefer the 335/64 reissue made in Memphis, which comes in about £1,000 cheaper than my current Murphy Lab guitar. This obviously puts me in a good position because I could trade this guitar in with Jack here at Squealing Pig Guitars and get the red and maybe make a little bit of a loss on the Murphy Lab, or I could just choose to sell the Murphy Lab and maybe put that money towards another 335. But for me, the 335/64 reissue was a lot slinkier. I preferred the output of the pickups with the amp. It had a little bit more darkness to it, which usually I don't look for in a 335, but I felt like the custom Alnico 3 pickup sounded a little bit anemic in comparison to the 57 Classics, which again is very surprising to me. I don't normally prefer the 57 Classics. So if you're looking for a nice resonant 335 with good wood grain, this could be for you. But yeah, I really have got the dilemma now of what to do, but in my opinion, both of these guitars are very, very good indeed. I say the ES335/64 reissue is a 10 out of 10 because obviously I'm considering buying it, so that means it has to be a 10 out of 10 on this channel. And I think the ES335 Murphy Lab that I have is still a very good guitar as well. I've always loved playing this guitar and I do think it's one of the better 335s I've played, but unfortunately this 64 was just that little bit better. So I'd rate the Murphy Lab now down to a 9.2, where initially it was a 10 out of 10. But that is my opinion today, guys. Let me know in the comment section below. Do you agree with me or do you not? Let me know down below. I love chatting to you guys in the comment section below about guitars. And if you own any ES335s, let me know down below as well. I'd love to hear about your models. But thank you so much for tuning into this Squealing Pig Guitars episode today. My name is Ben Keightley, and I'll see you tomorrow for another episode. But until then, keep rocking, guys. I'll see you soon.